objection or a tough question that they weren't able to handle that we can talk about today on the call. I want to be able to take some of the real world experience that you guys are having being agents and bring that to the call and find out how we can best help you. So that's my question. What do you guys have? What do you guys have? Anything going on where we can actually help you? Go ahead, Michelle.
As I said, I think it was yesterday, one of the person I called was an older expired listing, and she was talking about the mortgage rate. I didn't get a chance to ask her what was going on only because she hung up on me, but I'm definitely going to give her a call back, but I want to be well equipped on what to say about it.
She was asking you what about the mortgage rates?
She said she's not going to sell now. She's not going to sell, not right now because of the mortgage rates. And then she hung up on me. And being that I didn't really know what to say to kind of not so much combat that, but to come back to that, I've just wrote note about what she said. So when I do call her back, I can give her something to think about the rates.
Yeah. So first and foremost, well, before I speak, anybody have any feedback from Michelle on that? How she might handle that? How you would handle someone who's kind of pushed back and what they're saying as an objection is the interest rates. You know, interest rates are too high. I'm not going to sell right now and look to buy another property. Anybody have any response that you would give to Michelle that she can use when talking to that client? How would you guys handle that?
I can say.
Go ahead, Bhumika.
I would go back to the motivation. So, all right, I understand that for you, this is not the right time to sell, but when you had your property on the market, what was causing you to move?
Okay.
You know, and let's just say they go back to, this was the reason and that was the reason. So if today there was a strategy that could get you to that property and also get your property sold for top dollar, would that be a problem for you? Okay. So how motivated are they? If they're not, then I don't know, then, you go back and you tell them that, when would be a good time to reach out to you because, we don't know what's going to happen in the market. We know, what's going on right now. Interest rates may keep going up. We don't know if it's going to come down. So
yeah,
how important it is for you to move. We know what we know right now.
I think that's a good point, Bhumika. And one thing I'm learning, Michelle, and I want you guys to understand this, we can't motivate anybody. We can motivate them by talking about, what's their reason for selling in the first place and asking some really detailed questions. However, one thing I want you guys to understand, sometimes when you're getting this pushback around, I'm not going to sell my house and buy something else. The interest rates are too high. To me, that speaks to motivation. If they can stay there and wait, they're not highly motivated. And I'm not saying that that's not someone you should continue to talk to and follow up with, but we need to go out and find the motivated. I think we spend too much time trying to convince people that aren't motivated to list their homes. We need to understand that some people, the motivation isn't high enough right now, and that's okay. However, your job is to keep your sales pipeline filled of people who are going to be motivated and looking to sell in the next 3 months. And so really quickly, I brought up the term sales pipeline. I'm just curious before we get into it, and just raise your hand or your virtual hand. How many of you guys actually have a sales pipeline report that you follow? I see Bloranda's got it. So far, that's it. And Marcia's got it. Hey, Bhumika. So I'm seeing like only about 4 or 5 people who have that. Let me just say this really quickly, and then we'll get into scripting. You should have a sales pipeline report. Mine was an Excel spreadsheet. And essentially the way it was set up, the leads that were looking to do something this month, in the month of April, they were rated at number 10. The people who were looking to do something in May were a 9, right? In June, an 8, July, 7, right? You get it, how we do this? And so what it told me in the sales pipeline report was everybody who was a 10 or a 9, like I needed to be hitting those people up often, like sometimes more than once a week. And so it was just an indicator for me, like these are the people that are close to popping. So if I'm going to do a drop by, if I'm going to do a special mailing, or I'm sending out postcards, these are the people I really want to hit and stay in front of. So I want you guys to think of some type of system or way that you can put together a sales pipeline report. And actually, here's what I'll do. If you send me a DM, I'll send you the one that I used to use. It's blank. You can figure out how to plug in and play, but it will actually count how many 10s you have, how many 9s you have. And for me, it was all about having a lot of sevens. I wanted people that I was dripping on that I knew would be ready in about 3 to 4 months. So I was really building up that pipeline report to have a lot of sevens. And I was working hard to convert those nines, tens, and eights. So if you guys want to see what that looks like, actually just in the chat, just put send me the sales pipeline report and then put your email address there. And sometime this weekend, I'll get it over to you. And if you have any questions on how to fill it out, I'll help you with that because I know it's a very handy tool. Same thing for you guys on IG. If you want that, just DM me and say, send me the sales pipeline report and I'll get it over to you. All right. So you guys ready to role play? All right. So Al, are you here? Al, you're here. So you're going to be my seller, right? Where are you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And so Al, when I have you being the seller, I don't want you to be like on a scale of 0 to 10. I don't want you to necessarily be a 10 and beat people up. I want you to be about a 7 or 8. Like be firm. If they overcome your objection the first time, I want you to give them a little bit of pushback if you can. And if you're not in a quiet area, let me know and I'll get another seller because we don't want to have a lot of noise distractions in the background. All right, perfect. I see all you guys are putting that in the chat. Good job. Good job. Al, are you in the area where it's quiet?
You know what? I'm going to have to
Yeah, let's
cancel.
Let me know when you get into a quiet area, then we can have you do it. But for now, I'll have you pass just so we don't have a lot of interference on the phone. Eugenia, you can be the seller. All right, unmute real quick. I had a quick question for you.
Yeah.
I only want sellers that have been on listing appointments and know how tough a seller can be. Do you know how sellers react to us at listing appointments and what they talk about?
Yes, that can be really difficult if you want me to.
Yeah, okay, well, let's go. All right, so the first person up that I'm going to have do some role play today, you can choose what objection or situation you want to go through. I'm coming to Tanae first. I'm coming to you. She's like, damn it, David, I just hopped on here. You're going to come to me. Absolutely.
Oh, no, I love Tanae.
I knew my day was coming. I love you too, Regina.
Oh.
So what I want you to do, like, what is the situation? Like, who are you calling? What are some of the objections that you're getting that you want to improve on?
Can we try Fizbos? And to be honest with you, I have not done that, but I'm like a lot intimidated by that.
Okay, so we're gonna attempt. You're making your call to a for sale by owner. Eugenia's picking up. Let's go through the script. And give it. And listen, if you don't know what to say,
can you give me 1 second?
Yeah.
Am I cheating by reading from the script?
You are not cheating by reading from the script. I want you guys to know on this call right now, I'm okay if you read from the script. I read from the script probably my first year in real estate because I didn't have the words down and I didn't have confidence in knowing that I could handle every single question that came up. So if you guys need to have your script in front of you, have your script in front of you. You'll get better over time just by reading from it, saying it out loud. And if you really want to get powerful at scripting, you want to write it down. I'm gonna mute you while you find the right page because that's a lot of noise in the background. But let me just tell you guys this, writing the script down will help you out tremendously. And you'll find that it's internalized and that's where you want it to be. This is what we're learning in Push right now. And all you guys who have gone through Push before, you recognize the importance of internalizing the script because what it allows you to do today, it allows you to be present in the conversation. I can remember so many times when I listened back to my recorded calls, the seller was giving me information that would help me convert. And I didn't hear it because I was in my head thinking about how to respond because I knew when a commission objection was coming up. And I was thinking like, what am I going to say? How should I say this? And I was missing things that the seller was saying. And the only reason I knew that is because I recorded the interaction and I went back and listened to it. And I saw that not having the script internalized was really hurting me. So yeah, have that script in front of you. I'm going to put 90 seconds on the clock and just ring, ring. Let's get it going.
Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hi, good morning. I'm calling about your house for sale by owner. Are you the owner?
Yes.
Oh, great. This is Tanae Morris. I'm a local realtor. The reason I'm calling is because I work with a lot of buyers and sellers in your area and wanted to find out what I can do to help you.
I'm not looking to work with a broker. I want to sell this thing myself. I have plenty of interest. So if you're calling about that, I don't know if I don't think this is going to be a productive conversation.
Well, just one more time, I want to let you know my name is Tanae. What's your name?
Eugenia.
Oh, hi, Eugenia.
Hi.
So I understand, and I know how much time it will take you before you might decide to hire a strong agent to get your property
I'm not
sold for
looking to
you.
hire a strong agent. I'm not looking to hire an agent at all.
Are you sure about that? Because when you sell this house, do you have plans to go somewhere next?
Yes, I'm building another house in another location.
Okay, and I see your house has been on the market for about 25 days now. How much longer do you expect to be on the market before it can be sold?
I have construction going on, so I can wait.
So
Um,
how soon do you need to be where your next location? How soon do you need to be there?
we're still 4 months away from TCO.
Okay, but wouldn't it be great if we could get your house sold within the next 10, 15 days and give you time to prepare for that move?
It's okay, I can wait. I have no problem. 4 months,
I'll
if it's
pause it right now. Time's up. So I saw you
sorry,
fumbling.
today.
I saw you
No,
fumbling
that was good.
to
I
get a
need that. I need
script.
that.
Yeah, but I
No, no,
saw you
no.
fumbling to get a script. But I was like,
Yeah,
reading the script right now because it sounds like you're off script to me.
yeah, no, I was. Because as I'm reading through the script, her response, the script is not coordinating with her responses.
Yeah, yeah, and that happens. And so, how do you handle that? Like, she's like, "Yeah, I don't need your help. I'm not going to hire an agent, right?" So, what's the next
Hmm.
question you should be asking if you were following the script? Where should you have gone?
Um, so I thought by asking her how much time she needed to move could kind of lead us into the next part of, well, if you want to get out sooner, having an agent help you sell the house might help speed that process up, but that ain't really work.
Yeah, but what did the script tell you to say?
So if I'm looking at the push script.
Yep.
So when you sell, when you sell this house, where are you going next? Okay, why is this important to you?
Yeah.
That's what I skipped. Why is this important to you? What will
Yeah.
it do for you? The emotion. Yes, that's the part I skipped.
So here's the thing that I want you guys to understand, and I want the next volunteer to raise your hand who wants to be the agent next. But here's the thing: like she's saying, I don't want to work with an agent. I'm not going to let that catch me. I'm not going to try to convince her to list with me. Let's stop doing that. We don't list for sell by owners on the phone. Just say, oh well, that's fair. Let me ask you: when you sell this house, where are you moving to?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Start digging into motivation. Now, one thing that's going to come up, and I want you guys to be prepared for this. Eugenia, if she's being a tough seller, she's going to say, why is that any of your business? Why do you need to know where I'm moving to next? And we got to know how to respond to that.
I was gonna say that, but I was like, you know what? It's too early in the morning to be that
No, you told me you're going to
woke.
be tough because that's how they react. We want to give
Yeah.
people a true reaction from a FISBO. So I just want to ask somebody to unmute right now and just tell me when that FISBO says, because they will say, that's none of your business. Why do you need to know that? How should we respond to that? What's the way we handle that?
Well, I belong to a nationwide network of agents who often have access to off-market properties. So if it's something you're looking for, I may have earlier access through my partners. That's the
That's
only
one
reason.
way. That's one way to respond. Great job, Raj. Blaranda, I saw your hand go up. How would you respond to that?
So I would say, I completely understand. However, I work with a lot of buyers, and depending on their timelines, I would need to know whether you're looking to move quickly or if you need more time, so that this way I could find the right fit for you and my buyer.
Yeah. Who else has a response for that? I want one more response for that. Why do you need to know it's none of your business? You can just unmute and say it.
Well, I would say that I don't mean to be intrusive, but I prospect for buyers every day, and I wanted to see if you could be a potential buyer for one of my listings or the listings my team has. So, where are you moving? What are your plans?
Did you guys hear what Bamika said? That's the response that I like. Every day I prospect to find buyers for my sellers. So I was calling to see where you were looking to move because you might be a perfect fit for one of our listings. Now, the second part to that script that I love is, isn't that what you would want a real estate agent to do if you hired one? Right? I'm planting a seed that this is what I do differently. You don't see my value, but this is how I get my listing sold. I prospect every day to find buyers for my sellers. That's why I'm calling you to see where you might be moving to because we have listings. Would you expect that of an agent if you hired one? That is a way to handle that. Good job, Amika. I love it. Love it. Love it.
David,
Yes.
I would also say that, again, not trying to pry. However, are you aware of what's currently going on in the real estate market? There's limited inventory. So the reason why I'm asking is because I look for properties for my buyers, and I was just wondering. So
Yeah.
something like that.
Another way. So what I
Mhm.
hope you guys are getting, and this is the whole point of the call, Pete, I'm coming to you next. This is the whole point of the call. We have to have 2, 3, 4, 5 different ways to overcome the objections that we're getting from people. I hope that you guys are either taking notes now, or when I send out the email on Wednesday, you go back and watch the recording and start writing down these scripts and these objection handlers. You should have a whole binder full of different ways to handle objections. So when they come up in the beginning, as you're learning, you can flip right to that page and you have the objection handler right in front of you. So start writing this stuff down, start creating your scripting book. Eugenia, what's up? You're muted.
Yeah, I had a question. Would it be okay to say back to myself? Well, since you're looking to move within the 4 months, it would be best to line up people for that time frame. We have no idea what the market will look like in 4 months. So in order to secure a buyer for you, it would be great if we would keep in contact or something like that, something along those lines. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but because I said I'm okay waiting for 4 months, right? Like because I have construction in another house.
Yeah. No, I hear you. And let me just say this. The only issue I have with that script is I don't want to bring you a buyer. I want your listing.
Yeah.
So I'm very careful not to play it out like, hey, I'm working to see if I might have a buyer, if it's a great fit for my buyer. And now, if you guys actually do have buyers and that's what you're doing, of course, say that. But for me, I'm calling because I want the listing. So all my conversation is, that's what you would expect the agent to do if you hired one. I'm going down that road because I want to show and demonstrate that I'm a great listing agent. I want to show and demonstrate why you would want to hire someone like me. So my conversation is going to be different. However, if you are working with buyers and that's something you do as part of your business, then yes, that would be something great to say.
But then when we say I prospect for buyers for my sellers every day, and I'm looking oh right, that's a listing. Never mind.
Yeah. So you see what I'm saying? That's
I answer my own question.
Yep. All good. All good. Pete, what's up, sir? It's good to have you back, man. There's always good energy when we got Mr. Kopak on the line.
What's up?
So you want to be an agent? You want to go up against Eugenia?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Sure.
So
Yeah, I'll go up against whoever.
all right. Oh, you guys hear that? I hear a challenge. I hear a challenge. Diego, Raj. I think Pete's throwing the challenge
Let's
at you.
go.
But Pete, what script do you want to go over?
I'll do Fizbo. Yeah, I'll keep it with Fizbo.
Okay, Eugenia, go ahead and unmute. Let's go.
Oh my gosh, it's me.
Ring, ring.
Listen, this is Pete, so be level 10. Like, be tough.
Oh,
Okay.
sure. Thanks, David. Yeah. All right. Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hi, this is Pete. I'm a neighborhood realtor. I was just giving you a call about your property over on 123 Main Street. And
my God.
I understand that you're selling that on your own. Is that right?
Oh my God, you guys are calling me. It's only 8:50 in the morning. What's happening?
Ah, no worries. How many people you have call you so far?
I don't know. I had another person call me right before you.
Gotcha.
I'm kind of
So-
annoyed. It's only 8:40 on a Friday.
Oh, wow. Sounds like out of this whole industry, only 2 agents are working this morning. So listen, I absolutely respect that you're selling your house on your own, first and foremost, regardless of what other agents are calling and telling you. I'm just curious, are you open to the idea of an agent bringing you a buyer for this home?
No, I'm not. I'm not looking to work with a buyer with an agent.
Gotcha.
I'm
Okay.
listing on my own.
Gotcha. So just looking to secure a buyer completely on your own, just direct buyer to seller.
Correct. They're searching on Zillow. They can find me.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah. And again, my name is Pete. What is your name?
Eugenia.
Okay, great, Eugenia. So, Eugenia, I'm just curious. I mean, I'm looking at the house online. I mean, it looks gorgeous. Obviously, this is a great neighborhood that you're in. Tell me, I mean, what has you thinking about selling?
I'm building another house at another community.
Oh, no kidding. That's exciting. And are you local here or you
Yes.
moving out of state? Okay, so staying close to the area. That's awesome. So, where is that, and what's that timeline kind of look like?
I don't feel comfortable discussing all the details.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. So how soon are you looking to get this home sold, ideally?
I have time.
Okay. So you have time.
Keep going. Keep going.
Okay. So you have time to get this thing sold. Okay, perfect. So I guess the new construction, it's not finished yet.
No.
Okay. Perfect. So what's important about, new construction? Are you getting into something bigger or are you downsizing? Tell me a little bit about that.
Oh, gosh, I don't know. This is, like this is a lot of questions that are like really personal. So I really don't feel comfortable discussing that.
Yeah. Yeah, no worries. I'm just curious. I mean, listen, Eugenia, with the market being so hot right now, I mean, the reality is you're gonna most likely sell this house on your own without any problems. I'm just kind of curious if in, I don't know, say 30 days, for whatever reason, you can't get the home sold. At that point, would you consider maybe, meeting with a realtor just to look at some other options?
No, because I have 3 more months from that.
You have 3 more months. Tell me more. What do you mean by that?
My construction is going to be done in 4 months.
Okay, perfect. So you're not looking to really get this thing under contract or anything. Like you don't, So if you were to maybe have new construction done, and then you would really want to get the property sold at that time. Do I have that right?
I'm going to sell it within the time before I move in.
Gotcha. So you'd really ideally like to have this thing sold and kind of guaranteed before your new construction's ready, right? I mean, because what does it look like for you, Eugenia, if, maybe your new construction's ready, you close on that property and this property is still kind of hanging around? I mean, what would that look like for you?
I'm rich, so I can wait.
Oh, you're rich. That's too funny. Well, listen, I mean, I'd like to, I can appreciate that. And, I work with some actually really wealthy clients as well. And there's one thing I can tell you that they all have in common. Can I share that with you, Eugenia?
Sure.
None of them like throwing money away.
Okay.
So let me ask you, Eugenia. I mean, listen, here's what I'd love to do. I'd love to send you an email with my for sale by owner backup plan, just to kind of, something that you can take a look through. And if it's something you want to review later down the road, we can do that then. Is that fair enough?
Sure. Feel free.
Okay, perfect. What's the best email address for you currently?
Fine. It's emwallet@gmail.com.
Wallet. Is that your last name, or are you actually you're that rich? Your last name, your email address is Wallet.
There you go, man.
Oh, that's actually my last name. It's not
Okay.
funny.
Wow, it's coincidence, I guess.
Love it.
So, all right. Well, listen, I'm going to send that over to you now. And listen, Eugenia, while I've got you now, I mean, I'm just curious. I mean, if I could share a plan with you and walk you through a strategy and numbers.
Sorry, what's your name again?
My name is Pete Kopech.
Pete, I have to go, honestly. Like, this is taking too much time. So, I feel like we talked a lot, and I really got to go. I have work.
Yeah, no worries, Eugenia. And like I said, my goal is not here to force you to do something that you want to do. I'm just kind of curious if I could share with you.
Just send me the email. Pete, just send me the email. I'll take a look at it.
Yeah,
Okay.
no worries, Eugenia. And like I said, let me just ask you one question before I let you go. If I could actually walk you through a strategy and numbers that made sense, and you could actually get this home sold and have this all lined up so that way you're ready to have a smooth transition, what would stop you from taking 15 minutes to take a look at
Honestly,
that?
I don't want to hang up with you and be rude, but I really gotta go.
Yeah, Eugenia. Well, listen, I can appreciate that. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stop by today around 4 o'clock, and I'm going to drop off some information for you. Okay, would 6 o'clock be better for you?
Just feel free to drop it off at my front door.
Yeah, no worries. And so what I'll do is I'm going to ring the bell. I'm going to let you know, that I'm there, just so that, you don't lose it. And here's what I'd like to do. Obviously, I'd like to look through your property just to see if maybe it's a good fit for my buyers. I understand you're not working with buyers.
Are you gonna walk around my house? No.
I mean, at this point, I'd hang up with you. So I'm kind of over this.
Sorry, you told me to be
No. Yeah, no. I mean, at this point, honestly,
So
at this point, I'd be like, I'd be like, nah, I'm good. Like, I don't want to work with this person. No offense, Eugenia. I know you're being really tough, but like, if I'm being honest, like, dude, I'm done. Like,
But here's the thing I loved about Pete and the reason why I let it go on.
Thanks for keeping
you guys to see.
He kept pushing.
He kept pushing. Like, for me, in my book, Pete, as long as they're still on the phone with me and they haven't hung up, I'm going to keep going. And as you guys noticed, Pete had something to say. He didn't let there was no pattern interrupt. He didn't get thrown off. He had a mission. He had something he wanted to say, and he stayed the course. And I have found, Pete, like, you get people like Eugenia who are tough in the beginning, and you're like, man, I wouldn't even want to work with her anyhow. However, 3 months from now, because most people aren't so rich that they can just sit back and wait. 3 months from now, when that house is close to being completed and their home hasn't sold, their tune starts to change. But because Eugenia's so tough, she's ran off all the other real estate agents. So if I'm that one person that continues to follow up, no matter what, I'm going to get my shot, a month out before that property is actually ready to close. I'm going to get my shot because I stayed in touch. So I love the fact that you just demonstrated our job is to continue pushing through to get through the script. You're not trying to list her over the phone. You're just looking for an opportunity to drop by and just show her who you are and what you do. And I thought that was a great example.
No, you're good.
I apologize. I told you to be
you're good.
tough.
Yeah, it should be the hardest call all day. And I think that definitely will be. So that's a good thing.
And here's the thing though, Pete. Guys, listen to what Pete said. That's going to be his toughest call all day. That's how role play should be. It should be your toughest call. Your role play partner should beat you up. So when you get off the phone, you'll be like, well, I'm not going to have anything that tough. I'm ready to go. Let's get on the phones. That's how it should be.
As a role play partner, though, you are supposed to let them get the appointment. Just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Thank you, Pete. Thanks for bringing that up. So ideally,
I should have allowed you to come in.
Yeah, so ideally at the end, like when we're wrapping up role play, just for the experience, we want to practice the scenarios we want to see in the real world. So ideally, when you guys are role playing with your role play partners, give them a tough time, make them earn it. But at the end of the role play, ultimately give it to them. But you make them earn it. Don't just give it away in the beginning. Give some pushback, but allow them to actually secure the appointment just during practice. It really
and I'm good with it. I'm good with the way that went because sometimes that's how it goes. Like I'm cool with that. But just I thought it was worth mentioning. Just in role play in general, when you to be a good role play partner, you do eventually want to let them get the appointment.
Real talk. That's right. That's right. Pete, good job though, man. And I love that you just weren't bothered. You were just like, yeah, and anyhow. So you just kept going, man. Beverly.
Yeah. I mean, just one thing I think is important just to note is I think what we often sometimes do is we overthink it. We think that these are the relationships we're going to have for the rest of our lives. But look, at the end of the day, I may have said this before, but there's a solid chance you never talk to that person ever again. They could list with somebody else by the end of the day. Give it everything you got. Empty that arsenal there. What are you holding on to? You're don't ruin a relationship, obviously. Give opportunities to follow up. But I feel like I used to be, and I still sometimes do, where I'm like, oh, I don't want to keep going because I don't want to piss them off because whatever. But give it everything you got. You got nothing to lose, is I guess my point.
Well, and Pete, here's the thing. You don't piss them off. Here's the thing I had to realize. The minute they hang up the phone with me, they forget about me. And I'm sitting there in my office like, damn, that was horrible. I'm not making any more calls. I'm letting that fester, but they've forgotten all about me, right? I can call back the next day and they don't even remember me. So just go give it all you got. Like Pete said, attempt to close at least 5 times. And if they're staying on the phone with you, keep going. If they really don't want to talk to you, we all know they'll hang up. So keep going.
Can I mention something? So, and then there's the other side of it, because I had a 45-minute call with the FSBO. And the thing is, I was like, oh, so I'm building all this rapport. And I'm not saying I didn't get it yet, but then she's like, well, she texted me yesterday. And she's like, I'm doing an open house tomorrow from 1 to 3. I go, great, I'll stop by at 1. And she goes, only with a buyer. So even though we had this great conversation, I don't have a buyer. I'm going to stop by. But even though we're talking about she's in Long Island, her home is here in Wood, it's she can't manage it. And I was like, well, this is why you need me. So it's that balance. I have great rapport with her, but still I'm one of many. So I have to go out and prove my value.
Have you seen her house in person yet?
No, because she's not here. It's been on the market now in Zillow 25 days, and she hasn't shown it to anybody.
Man, stop by that open house tomorrow. I would get there at about 12:45. And guess who the buyer is, Raj?
Me.
Yeah, I believe as real estate agents, we should be going.
Oh, yeah, well, you are right.
As an investor, looking at, is this right for me, or can I call out to some investors that I know who might be interested in buying this? Is this a great opportunity? So I'm always a buyer.
You're absolutely right, because her pictures are terrible. She goes, it's from 20 years ago when they were there, and she's like, and we have a lot of work. There's mold in the basement. There's all this stuff to do. So she's had it listed, but she gave me a lot of information on our first call. But what were you saying, Betty?
No, I was going to say what I do sometimes. If I will get Tim, Justin, or somebody to be my buyer to go.
Yeah,
if I need to preview, I definitely do that.
Listen, I don't believe in being dishonest, but sometimes they make it so where
You
if
have
you don't
to.
bring a buyer, you can't come by. I'm like, okay, if you're gonna
Exactly.
make me play that game, I can play that game. I've
Yep.
done it too, Betty. So I hear you.
Yeah. Use props.
All right, hold on.
Mhm.
I'm reading the
Thank you.
comments real quick. Somebody's asking a question really quickly. Sharon, you want to do a for sale by owner call? Is that what I hear you saying? If so, unmute. Just want to make sure I'm reading the comments right.
Yes, can we do a for sale by owner call?
Yeah, yeah. Pete, do you want to be a for sale by owner this time?
Sure.
Okay. All right, Sharon. I'm going to put 90 seconds on the clock. We'll stop at 90 seconds. I'm going to say ring, ring, and you go ahead and go with your script. Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hello. Sorry. Hello.
Yes, this is Sharon calling from Realistar. Is this Jack?
Speaking. Who's this?
Hi, Jack. This is Sharon. How are you today?
Good. Good. What's this about?
You still own the property of 123 Main Street?
Yes, I do.
Okay. I'm seeing that you're selling that for sale by owner. Is that correct?
Yes. And I'm sorry, are you a realtor or you're a buyer?
Yes, I'm a realtor.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Okay. Can I ask you what traction have you been receiving on the property?
Yeah, I mean, we're getting a lot of calls. And so we've got, we're just getting a lot of calls. I mean, no offers yet, but we've only been on the market for, 2 days. So I don't expect that offers, but yeah, we're doing good. What can I help you with?
Once the property sells, where are you headed?
I mean, I don't know why I got to answer. I mean, I got everybody calling me, asking me that question. I mean, why is that important?
I'm just wondering, what's your time frame once the house sells? Do you have any plans? Do you already have another home, or is that your primary home, or are you looking for, something else of a residence you need to be, or somewhere you need to be? You have a
No, I
time
mean, we're not in a rush to sell it. We're not in a hurry.
Okay. I'm looking in your area. It looks like the property in your area sells a minimum of 15 days. Are you aware of that?
Yeah, I mean, that sounds right.
That's time. That's time. All right. So I have some feedback, but I want Pete to give
Go
me
ahead.
feedback first. Any feedback for her, Pete?
It's kind of hard when you're in it a little bit.
I know.
No, I mean, just being a little more direct in the opening line, I think was just, how you doing today and whatever. Like, and as a FSBO, they're getting a ton of calls. You got to get to the point early.
Thank you for saying that, Pete. That was my feedback. I was watching the clock, Pete, and you probably weren't. It took you about 30 seconds to really even get into the script with all the pleasantries in the beginning. You want to get right to it because you have a short period of time. I don't want to waste that time asking, how are you today? Like, just get right into that script.
Let's run it back.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Let's run it back. Get that open straight.
Would you like to run it back, Sharon?
Okay, I'll run it back.
And just be direct and be quick. And when he's saying, like, why are you asking? Why do you need to know that? Well, I work with a lot of sellers. I may have a listing that's right for you, or I'd like to know where you're moving. I'd like to be able to help you with that purchase. Be direct. Because the rule of this is don't say blah, 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 when you can just say blah. We want to get right to it because you have a limited amount of time before Pete's going to want to hang up on you. So I'm going to say ring, ring. Let's start it over again. 90 seconds on the clock. Ring, ring.
Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hey, Jack. This is Sharon calling from Realistar. How are you today?
Good. How can I help you?
The nature of my call, I see that you have for sale by owner 123 Main Street. Have you sold that property as of yet?
No, it's still available.
Okay. When do you need to have that property sold? Where are you headed to once that happens?
Yeah, I mean, listen, we're not really in a rush. I don't know why it's important where we're going, but we're not in a rush.
Okay, that's fine. I know you may not be in a rush, but I work with several, my colleagues in the area, and we do have interested buyers, and your property sales under, at least in that particular area, property sale under 15 days. So I just wanted to point that out to you. And also as well, what is your purpose of not wanting to use a realtor?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I've sold homes on my own. Like I know I can get it done. So.
Okay, if I could show you a way that I could show that give you more exposure to your property by putting it out in the open market and getting you more, buyers interested, also vetted buyers, would that pose a problem to you?
No, I mean, it wouldn't pose a problem.
Okay, well, I'll be doing the same thing that I'm doing right now. Calling you today. I'll be in your area as of today. Is there a way that I could stop by to look at the property?
I'll be here today at 6.
Okay, sure. I'll send you my credentials over.
All right, stop. Wow, that was a lot better, right?
I tried.
Good job. Good
Yeah.
job.
No, you did more than try. Like you took some of the
Great
feedback
job.
we gave you and you immediately applied it. You'll get better and better as you practice it more. The one thing I have to say, and Pete and Diego and David chime in, Beverly chime in and let me know your thoughts. I do not like saying, "How are you today? How are you doing today?" Because when anybody calls me and I answer the phone, they're like, "Hi, David, how are you today?" I'm like, "Here we go." Like I know what this is. And maybe that's just me and how I feel about it. I don't say that when I'm lead genning. I don't ask people how are they today. What do you
That's
guys think
just
about that?
manners. I mean, even when I see someone in the street and they say hello, I say, how are you? So that's manners. So it's hard.
Yeah. Well, for me, I was able to just say, "Hey, this is David. I'm a local realtor. I'm calling about your house on 123 Main Street. Is it still available?"
I think FSBOs and new expireds, like
Yes.
Just get to the point.
people who are
Yes.
making a lot of, because they're getting a lot of calls. When you're circle prospecting, lead following up, like stuff like that, like I don't think there. I personally, I'm good with that then. But yeah, I think for like when you got it, when time matters, those are wasted words.
I completely agree. But good job. So Sharon, I just got to give you kudos. It was a complete 180 from your first call to your second. So just keep practicing being succinct, getting right to the point, being direct, and you'll get through more calls. I love the way you took that feedback. Good job. Carolyn, I saw your hand up. What's up? How are you today? She's like, "Oh boy, he saw me." I saw you, Carolyn. Did you want to role play or did you have a question about anything?
David, you
It
said, "How
actually
are you
went-
today?" Just saying.
It actually went up by mistake, but I'll do a FSBO. I'll be the realtor. I'll try. I'm on here for the first time today.
Well, let me just say this. I'm proud of you for raising your hand and volunteering. That's how you get better. That's how you improve. Diego, do you want to be the seller? Or
Yeah, sure.
okay, and then I'll have you do a role play next. But she wants to do a FSBO. So let's go ahead and go. I'm going to put 90 seconds up on the clock, and I'll say ring ring. We'll get it started. Ring ring.
Hello.
Hi there. My name is Carolyn. I'm a local realtor in the neighborhood.
Hold on,
And
I'm sorry. I'm going to stop you right there. You guys have been all calling this morning. It's crazy. What am I giving out stuff for free?
actually, no, real quick. I just want to ask you about your house. Can you just tell me, do you have a seller's disclosure available?
I'm sorry. Why do you need to know that? Do you have a buyer?
So I do represent buyers in this neighborhood, and I also like to come in to see homes that's available, and I would love to bring a buyer. Are you working with realtors?
No, not at this point in time. I mean, if you have a buyer, you can definitely bring your buyer and they can pay your commission.
The buyer can pay my commission, did you say?
Yeah.
I'm stuck.
No, you're not. No, you're not. Hold on. Let me pause. Let me pause real quick. You're not stuck. He just said the buyer can pay your commission, right?
Yes.
Don't feel like you have to respond to that. Just say, okay, and keep going. Like it doesn't matter right now. Nothing matters right now. Just keep going.
Okay.
Don't let that stop you. Just acknowledge it and just keep going.
Okay. Okay, kind of threw me off my game.
It's okay. Take a deep breath and count 1, 2, 3 and go, or 3, 2, 1.
There you go. Because listen, as you're thinking, let me just say this because I want to plant this seed in everyone's head. You guys are on this call today to learn scripts. The for sale by owners and the expireds are at home learning scripts too. They're learning when I say this, they don't know what to say. When I say this and hang up, they never call back. Don't let them out script you. And so when they say something like, yeah, your buyer can pay you. I'm like, yeah. I do have buyers that have agreed that if I find them off-market property and the seller's not willing to pay, they will pay my commission. And I'll keep going. Like, I'm not going to let that throw me. I'm going to keep pushing through. Gabriel, you want to tap in and help her out? You want to phone a friend and go over to Gabriel? Do you have a question, a comment about that, Gabriel? I see your hands up. Oh, Ashley, your hand's up too. Ashley, go ahead, because Gabriel, I think, might be having some mic issues.
Can you hear me?
Oh, there you go, Gabriel. Go ahead.
Hi. I actually wanted to do a role play with expires afterwards, but
Yeah, we're going to do an expire next, so that's awesome. Ashley, did you have some feedback?
Oh, no.
there was some that I
I
couldn't
forgot
say.
what it was. My brain went blank. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, my brain went blank. I forgot what I was gonna say, but hi, Diego.
Hi, Ashley.
Um,
So
Gabe,
Karen, just go
Can you
back
guys
to
hear
the
me?
script.
yeah,
To the script.
you're kind of breaking up right now. We can hear you on and off. It's not a steady flow, but I do want to do an expired. Diego, your hand was up. Would you like to be an expired agent?
Sure.
Ashley, would you like to be the expired?
Sure.
All right. This is Diego, so you can be a little tougher on him than you would someone else. All right, I'm gonna put 90 seconds on the clock. I'm gonna say ring ring. Let's get after it. Resume and so ring ring.
Hello.
Hello, Ashley.
Yes, this is she.
Oh, hi, Ashley. This is Diego Colorado. I'm a local realtor. And the reason for the call, I know you must be getting lots of phone calls right now, being that the listing expired last night. Are you aware of that?
Yeah, I know. A lot of you told me already.
Yeah, no, I could definitely appreciate that, Ashley. Ashley, just out of curiosity, have you entirely given up on selling that property?
No, I haven't, but for right now, we're just not putting it back on the market. We already know what we're gonna do. So thank you for calling. Have a nice day.
Yeah, absolutely. And before we hang up, Ashley, just real quick, if you had sold that house when it was on the market, what was the plan for you guys? Where were you looking to move?
With all due respect, Diego, I just don't feel like answering anybody else's questions. I've been getting calls all day. So we already know our plan. So we'll talk to you another time when it comes on the market. You can see it and bring your buyers. All right. Have a good one.
Yeah, absolutely. Wait. Before we hang up, Ashley, you said you have a plan and you already know what to do. So I'm just really curious. What is the plan?
The plan is to put it back on the market in like 3 months, and we'll let you know when it comes back on the market. You can just send me your information.
Got it. Got it. All right. Very good. I will send you my information. And you said you're going to wait 3 months. What's really important to you about waiting 3 months from now?
Because our kids would be out of school in 3 months. So with all due respect, thank you for calling.
Your
Have a
kids
good
will be
one.
out of school in 3 months. Okay, great, great. Now, when you do sell this house, are you looking to stay in the area, local?
Yes, we are looking to stay in the area. We already have a agent lined up. So thank you so much
Yeah,
for calling
absolutely. No, I totally understand that you already have an agent lined up. Is that for the purchase or for the sale?
for the sale.
For the sale. Okay, great. And what are you guys looking for specifically on the purchase side?
On the purchase side,
Yeah.
we're having something built for us.
Oh, you're having something built. That's
Mhm.
amazing. And how
Yep.
long until it's finished?
Well, it'll be finished in the next like 5 months. So we're thinking put it back on the market in 3 months. It'll be finished in 5 months and we can work on it there because this project has gotten pushed back. So that's the reason why we had to take it off the market.
Ah, got it, got it. I totally understand. So you weren't able to secure a buyer or you weren't able to negotiate with the buyer to actually give you that time for your house to be finished. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes. So we had multiple offers on the house. We had multiple buyers. However, we were just not able to line everything up. So we actually lost a couple of buyers because the builder wasn't done. But we really want this home and we want it to be the way we want it to be. So we're just going to relax for the next 3 months and then we're going to put it back on the market. Our agent didn't do anything wrong. So we're going to go back with that agent and they're also helping us with the purchase. So thank you so much. Have a great one.
Sure, absolutely. And before we hang up, just really quick, Ashley, you said your agent didn't do anything wrong. Yet I did see that the house expired. I'm not here to talk bad about anybody, right? Everyone does their own thing. We're all independent contractors. But I'm just curious, when you did have it on the market, is there anything that the agent did that you liked best?
I don't know. They did what agents do, They did the open house. They got buyers in. They got us offers. They bought the offers to us. They told us which ones to pick. Like, that was great. It was all great.
Yeah, and yet you couldn't sell.
No, we could sell, Diego, if you were listening to me. We could sell. However, our home wasn't ready yet.
Right. No, I was listening to you. Absolutely. I know your home wasn't ready yet because you're building a new construction. What I mean by you couldn't sell is you weren't able to negotiate with the buyer to actually secure this buyer, so you could be, ready to move in 5 months from now. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I guess that makes sense, but we had the buyer on the hook for a very long time. And the buyer had a rate lock and it was a lot going on. So it was hard for us to, get that buyer to stay on. It wasn't
Yeah.
financially beneficial to them.
Sure. No, and look, I could definitely appreciate that, Ashley. And Ashley, look, if I could just show you how I can get your property sold right now for top dollar. We don't know what's going to happen in 3 months from now, right? Nobody has a crystal ball. What would life look like to you if 3 months from now something crazy happened in the world and the market just crashed and you couldn't sell for top dollar anymore?
Well, we're not really worried about top dollar. We're just worried about the efficiency from getting us from here and transitions into our new home. So if we have to get a couple of dollars less, fine. Let's like that is what it is. But that's not really our top priority. The top priority is to make sure that we can transition smoothly into the next home and it's finished. So I don't want anyone rushing us.
Sure. No, I totally understand. So a smooth transition is what's most important to you.
Yes.
Got it, got it. Actually, and just out of curiosity, what's really important for you guys about, staying here in the area, moving into your new place, your new build, and just really waiting those 3 months? What's the most important part about that, just besides being a smooth transition?
Well, space. Space is most important to us, and staying in this school district is most important to us, and things like that. So that's why we wanna make sure we stay here. But right now we're in a townhouse, as you can see. So it's just hasn't been good. We just had another child, so we're just ready to move up and upsize, and we found this perfect home. So we just need in the perfect area. We just need all of the finalization on it. If you know anything about this area, they just built those new homes. So we're just waiting for that.
Yeah, no, I totally understand, Ashley. And look, Ashley, real quick, if I could show you a way how we can actually get your property sold now, and I know you're not looking for top dollar in particular, right? And that's what a lot of people might say, but losing tens, maybe 20 or hundreds of thousands on your house, is that something that you'd be looking forward to?
Of course not, Diego. Of course, we wouldn't look forward to losing $100,000. But if that's what it has to be to make sure that we're set up in our next space, then that's just what it has to be.
Got it. Okay, no, I totally understand, Ashley. So, Ashley, I know you said you were looking to relist with the same agent, and if you could just give me 15 minutes of your time, show you what I could do to get my property sold for top dollar in the least amount of time, with the least amount of hassle, with no pressure to you, because I will be negotiating on your best interest, so you can have that time to move to your new build. Would you just give me 15 minutes of your time?
Not at this time, Diego. I really appreciate everything. I appreciate this conversation. It was actually good. Send me everything about you, and also to let me know how you can maybe lock us in a buyer that will wait 6 months, if necessary, or even a year if necessary. If you can send me your proposals to how you can do that and keep us locked in at whatever price it is now, that's what I want to listen to. But I won't do it up close and personal. I want to see it in an email format, and then we can go from there.
All right, I'm gonna pause here. So I let this go a little bit longer because people kept asking for expireds, and Diego, you were doing a good job. Ashley was like, "You're not listening." Boy, you went off on it.
I actually had that call.
But
Y'all
Diego,
know.
let me ask you this, Diego. In your real estate career, have you had a transaction where you had a seller who was actually selling and buying something, and you had to help navigate that process and make it a smooth transaction?
I have, yeah.
So in my mind, I was thinking, Diego, story time.
Go to
Hey,
story,
Ashley, I
yeah.
understand money's not important. It's the transition. Let me tell you about my client, Mary, and how I helped her. I wanted you to story tell and tell her that you understand what she's looking for. And not only do you understand that you've helped someone navigate that, because that's the experience her previous agent didn't have. And so if you want to show your value, show her how you've done what she needs from an agent. Like I would say storytell right there. I don't know if anybody feels different about that, but I felt that was a perfect time for you to tell her about a situation that either you personally had or something you heard of from another agent.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yep. I think that would have made a difference.
Yeah,
I think it
absolutely.
could have. I don't know. Ashley was being tough, but I think it could have made a difference because she kept saying it's not the money. And you kept going back to the money.
To the money. I know.
And she kept saying it's not the money. And then you're not
Yes.
listening, you know. So we really do have to listen to what they're saying. And she told us what was important to her.
One thing
Yeah.
I want to throw in there too is, I don't know, maybe I missed it, but Diego, I think you maybe could have asked her, like, if I could bring you an offer on your home right now, you know, would it be sold? And I think when you were going for the close, you were going a little bit more on like, let me show you what I can do, as opposed to what's in it for her. And kind of where that value proposition could have been if you were like, hey, listen, you know, I prospect for buyers every single day. If I found that buyer today on my calls after I hang up with you, and the next person on the phone was looking for exactly what you have and was willing to wait 6 months to a year to make your life easier so you don't feel the pressure of having to move on to the next one, what would stop you from meeting with me for 10, 15 minutes? And what I say doesn't make sense? Fine, we'll shake hands and move, you know, and just kind of make it about them, where they're missing something, as opposed to like, I can do a better job than your agent, who sounds like the agent really didn't do anything wrong, or there's no real dissatisfaction there. So I think kind of switching lanes a little bit when she was like, okay, I'm married to this agent, maybe just shifting to like, cool, totally respect that. Like, I try to think of it on both sides too. Like sometimes we lose deals just due to circumstances, and we got other, you know, fish nipping at our heels, I guess, you know, other agents. It's a free market, but that's just my 2 cents. That's my.
No,
I
thank you
thought
for
that
the
was great.
feedback. That's great feedback.
And then I'm thinking like Phil Jones, Monica, I'm coming to you, then Ashley, then Matt. But Phil Jones, like, would you be open-minded? Like using some of those and using tie downs. Wouldn't it make sense for us to at least have a conversation and using tie downs in some of your delivery? But Diego, you're good, man. We can tell you're on the phone making calls and you know how to push through, and you're not going to take no for an answer. And I love that tenacity about you, man. That's good stuff. Monica, you had something, then Ashley, and then Matt.
Hey, yeah, so I'm learning these new scripts with you on push and some of the language that wasn't necessarily comfortable for me. What's your take on, just out of curiosity, and I'm curious for the broker to say to the seller?
What's my take on it? Just saying, just
Yeah,
out of curiosity.
me personally, if they were calling me and I'm thinking of a cold call, I'd be like, I don't care about your curiosity. I'm not really interested. Is that a stronger expression to say that? Or that's where I'm kind of learning these new lingos, and for me, it bothers me.
So
no offense, Diego.
No, it's okay. Have you read exactly what to say?
No, that's why I'm trying to learn like new language that might be more productive.
Well, I've never had, like, when I say to people, hey, just out of curiosity, most people will answer. But if they're like, why is that any of your business? Right.
Right.
You got to have a response for that.
What's the book you just showed me?
It's called Exactly What to Say for Real Estate Agents by Phil Jones. It's grab it on Amazon, $14, $15. It's a great read. It's going to give you a lot of different prompts that you can use when you're on the phone, in person, dealing with buyers, dealing with sellers. It's an absolutely great book.
No, and going through these scripts that I felt uncomfortable, they're becoming much more comfortable. So that's why I was asking you, because I don't have that tendency to say those words. And so that's why I'm wondering if it is a strong way to open up someone's, you know.
It's a different way, and you got to try different ways to find out what works for you. And what I tend to recommend with people is try a couple of different openings and see which one gets you in, and then go with that one. For me, saying just out of curiosity, that's just who I am as a person. I'm very.
I just felt that he was saying it often. He said it, you know, quite a bit.
He did say it a lot. He did say it a lot.
That was the only reason I was wondering.
I actually say that a lot.
He does.
Yeah. I was just wondering, because I would be like, I'm done. But
yeah, after a while, I think you do have to find a couple of different words to use. And that's why I like other people to take notes, because I didn't think to tell Diego he says that a lot, but you picked up on that. So it's great feedback for him to work on that.
Good job, Diego.
Yes,
yes. Good job. What's her Ashley. Thank you.
Yeah. Ashley Davison, what's going on?
Everyone, just also for Exactly What to Say, a good thing for that is to get the audiobook. I did it so you can actually hear like the tones to say it, which for me helps, because just reading it, I'm like, how do I portray it? So just tip for that. I found the audiobook very helpful. Yeah. But back to the role plays, I feel like for Diego, like you could have really like really like closed it when she said, well, my agent did their job. They didn't. Like, yes, they got offers, but they didn't get the right offer. So like maybe saying, well, I could get you, you know, if I could get you that buyer that was willing to work and wait in that moment, that may have sold it to show, hey, I can do this for you. Your agent got you offers, but didn't get the right one, without putting that other agent down. So I thought that would have been a good opportunity to try and close that out.
Love that.
Thank
Love it,
you.
Ashley. And really quickly, Phil Jones, they also have exactly what to say role play game. I haven't gone through the instructions yet. I plan to do that this week. And if there's a way to incorporate that into this call next week, we'll start playing the game as well. Matt, what's up?
Diego, well done, bro. Good morning.
Good
Hey,
morning.
the only thing I would say to you, because you know, obviously you make your calls, is don't be afraid to try to disarm her right off the bat, right? She was agitated right off, like, let's accuse her of that, and then your counterpart will separate from that, and they'll be more, oh, I'm not upset right now. Oh, okay, you just kind of seem a little bit upset right now. I don't want to make sure I'm not upsetting you. I just had a simple question. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Wonderful, great. You know, are you planning on listing with the same agent? Are you married to the same agent? Right? I would go right after that. Like, attack that right away. Find out whether you're, you know, what your probability spectrum is right off the bat. And then I think Monica had excellent feedback. That was part of what I was going to say was just be careful how many times you use the magic filler words. And I think you could have closed her up as soon as she said that she just wanted to find somebody willing to wait 4 to 6 months. Wonderful. Yeah. Well, would you be open-minded to the opportunity to show you how we can put contingencies in place to make that really easy for you, right? And then just good mirror matching too. You did a good job doing that. Good job, brother.
Thank you. Thank you for the feedback.
Yeah, that's good feedback. So guys, it's right approaching 9:30, and I want to work to getting you guys out on time. So Michelle sent me a message on Instagram, and it was talking about something I always say: done is better than perfect. And I wanted to share that with you guys this morning, because I know a lot of you're on this call because you're working on, like, I need to learn what to say so I can make these calls and get on the phone. And don't fall into the trap I fell into about 15 years ago, where I kept going to classes and reading more books and going to different trainings, thinking I needed a little bit more information before I could get on the phone to make the calls. Done is better than perfect. I'm gonna wrap this up real quick and tell this story really quickly. The coach that I hired recognized that, you know, I was doing all this training, and I would talk to my coach about my wife, Michelle. Some of you guys know her. My wife is a badass. Like, she works so hard. She gets up at 7. She works all day. She'll come home, cook dinner, and then work, you know, all night. Like, she is a boss. And I would tell my coach about her all the time. And my coach called me out on this, and he made me super uncomfortable. And you know, when people make you feel uncomfortable, it's because they're telling you the truth. You guys do understand that, right? And so what he said to me, he said, David, if I looked at your calendar, you look like a busy full-time realtor. Like, you go to so many classes, you're at this broker opens, you're always super busy. He said, but since I've been coaching with you, you haven't done any transactions. You haven't made any money. So how would conversation go at dinner time with your wife after watching her bust her ass all day? You had to sit down with her and tell her that you chose not to take action, not to pick up the phone and do the activities to start bringing money into your household. How would that conversation go? And you guys know the saying, logic makes you think, emotion makes you act. He hit me in an emotional way where I'm like, I'm never going to have that conversation with my wife. I respect her too much. And this guy is absolutely right. I'm on the sidelines knowing I need to jump in, but I feel like I'm not ready. I feel like I need to know more. And when he said that to me, I made up my mind that the next morning I was just going to come in and get on the phone. Like, done is better than perfect. Just picking up that phone, waiting to get ready. I'm never going to be ready. There's always something new to learn. The best way to learn is to pick up that phone and just start making the calls. And that's what I did. And that's how I started getting business. And so what I want to say to you guys is, today, this weekend, even if you don't feel like you're ready, I want you to just pick up the phone and just have some fun with it. Call a FSBO, go through your script. Call an Expired, go through your script. Go to a FSBO open house, set up a preview. Just get out there and start having the conversations. how this is going to help you, you're going to hear how they actually talk to you. You're going to hear their objections. You're going to hear their questions. You may not have all the answers. I didn't have all the answers. People would say, my sister's an agent. And I would go, well, she ain't listening with me, click, and I would hang up. But then I realized there was a script to handle. I have a relative who's in the business. So I learned that script. And then I called that seller back, and it gave me an opportunity to overcome that objection. So just start making the calls. You don't have to have all the answers. You can always go get the answer and call them back. Just know that you don't have any business right now. And if you make the call and you completely mess up, you're in the same place. However, a lot of times they'll give you an opportunity just because you called. Because let me tell you this, most people aren't calling. You don't have that much competition. People say they're calling, they're not really calling. Or they may call the first week it expires or the first week it comes on as a for sale by owner, but they're not doing systematic follow-up every week and staying in touch with these people every week like you're going to. So I promise you, you will create opportunities just by picking up the phone and getting started. Done is better than perfect. And I challenge you guys, get out of your comfort zone and just pick up that phone, because every potential expired and FSBO out there is 10, 15 grand. Come on. Stop letting other people eat your lunch. Like, go out there and get your fair share. People are not coming to your office to find you. You got to go find them, and you got to stay in touch. So I just wanted to encourage you guys to pick up the phone and have fun with it. And whatever they say, figure out the answer, call them back. The minute they hang up with you, they don't remember you. So you can call back the next day, knowing what type of objections they're going to have. And now you have a way to overcome that objection. Start calling right now. Beverly, you got the last word.
Thank you. So great call today, everybody. Got to tell you, Eugenia started the whole sassiness. She was the leader of everybody following him.
Yes.
Love you. So my question is, so you get the appointment and you're going to, but you get the appointment as if they think that you're just coming to preview. Are you considering it? Are you just like, that's what I happen to have that today. I got an appointment where they are you to come and preview, but I think they're thinking preview maybe for other potential buyers, because I didn't really even have to get into the entire script. I basically got my foot in the door to get in.
So your job is to go on that preview, go through your script as they're giving you the grand tour or showing you what a kitchen looks like. Start going through your script. Why are you selling? You know, why is that important to you? And if it were me, I would have a clipboard with my script right on there. And as I'm asking the questions, I'm writing the answer down. Go through your script. And it's the Columbo close when you're leaving. Like as you're wrapping up this preview and you're heading towards the door, it's Columbo. One more question, right? What's the most, what's the biggest advantage you have as being a for sale by owner? And let them answer. And then the second follow-up question is, what's the buyer's biggest advantage of going directly to you as a for sale by owner? Mm-hmm. And the answers you're going to get, well, if I'm a FSBO, I'm saving some money. If the buyer comes directly to me, they're going to be able to get a better deal. They're saving money. And the question is, well, if everybody's looking to save money, are you 100% sure that selling it for sale by owner is going to net you the most money? And if you knew there was a way to work with a top agent like me, and even after paying my commission, you walk away making more money, I'm sure you would be open to hearing about that, wouldn't you? And I'm nodding my head. And I'm using the tie down, wouldn't you? And they may say, well, what do you mean? And then that's my opportunity to set up a listing appointment and sit down and show them what I mean. And if they want to know right now, Beverly, be prepared to do the listing appointment right there, which means, Beverly, have your listing paperwork with you, because I've gone on the FSBO preview and ended up walking away with the paperwork signed because I had the paperwork.
Yeah, I was already trying to pull some comps and getting
Pull the comps, but here's the thing. Don't think you have to have the comps to get the listing. I've gone, showed people what I can do. They had confidence in me, and I got them to sign the paperwork. And I said, I need to go to my office and go through some comps and get the numbers together. And I'll call you and give you a range, and you'll choose where we list it. And so I've had them sign without even having the comps. So have that paperwork. If we're going to see somebody, we should have that paperwork. We should just have it in our card, just being agents, buyer rep agreements, listing paperwork, like for sale by owner packets, expired packets. That should just be in your card, just on GP, because you never know when the opportunity is going to be there. And if somebody wants to work with you, shame on us if we don't have the paperwork for them to sign. I'm not waiting until I get to the office to send you a DocuSign, because a lot can happen between when I leave and when I send the paperwork. If you're ready to say yes, we're signing the paperwork immediately. I'm gonna send you a video, Beverly, that I have on what to do when you're at a FSBO preview. I'll text it over to you after the call. Good luck and let me know how it goes.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Thanks so much.
All right. I said you were the last word, but I'm gonna give it to Felicia, then we're out of here. Anybody who needs to drop off, you guys can bounce off. All this is recorded if you have to go. Felicia, what's up? How are you?
Hi, good morning. Thank you. And this call is amazing and I'm learning so much. Another thing is I used to just hearing everybody else's script and hear how they deal with the rebuttals and everything like that is amazing, because I used to call the people and think I have to build so much rapport and never got to the point. And then I was able to get my foot in the door, do the appointment and the walkthrough and everything, and then wonder why they listed with another agent is because I was not, doing getting the hard stuff out the way. I was just building so much rapport and it got me nowhere basically. And they still list with someone else. And I would ask them like, what, just out of curiosity, why did you go with the next agent? And they never really, told me, but I'm learning like to stay and stick with the script. Like I said, sure. But yeah.
Yeah, I love that. And we have to stick to the script. However, let me say this. You also have to learn how to be a little fluid at times, because there are times that people don't answer your question. And so you have to kind of learn how to bounce around and maybe come back to that question later on. So I do want you to stick to the script, but sometimes you have to be fluid and push through to another question and circle back later on to get that question answered. So yeah, thank you for being here. I'm glad that it's helping you. Thank you guys for the good role play. All of you guys who are sitting here on the sidelines, I want you to raise your hand next week. Be like Carolyn. She's like, it's my first time. She did well. You're only going to get better if you put yourself out there. So I encourage you next week to raise your hand and let's get after it. You guys have a good weekend.
I'm so sorry.
Go ahead.
Sorry. One more thing. Is it possible I can get the FSBO and expired script from you?
Yeah. Can you send me a DM or send me a text? I'll put my phone number. I'll put my phone number in the chat. I'll put my phone number in the chat.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Okay. I just want to say one last thing for all of the agents who are in New Jersey. Tomorrow morning in the Ridgewood Keller Williams office, myself, Betty, Jolie, and Lauren, we're getting together for our next session of Speakeasy. And for those of you guys who don't know what Speakeasy is, it's a class that we do. It's kind of like Toastmasters, but for real estate agents, where we help you get out of your comfort zone. If you have that fear of public speaking that I used to have, and you just want to improve and learn how to be more comfortable in your own skin, we're going to be meeting there tomorrow at 9:30. Breakfast is being provided by Justin with Carnegie Title. We start the class at 10 o'clock on the dot. We're going to wrap up at 11:30 because we know it's 4:20 and you guys got things to do. I know I do. Anyhow, so I hope that you guys will show up and party with us tomorrow and have a great time. We really have a good time at these meetings. Matt comes, he brings a lot of energy. David comes, brings a lot of energy. And we tend to have a really good time, and people are learning, people are getting stronger. And if that's something you need to work on, come get out of your comfort zone with us tomorrow. If you want to know how to join, you can just go to my profile in Instagram and you can register, or you can just go to my website, davidradney.com, and you can register. It's $20 for 90 minutes of learning how to get out of your comfort zone. Money well invested, if you ask me. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Javier, I know you can't come to this one. You got your content cafe, which I think is pretty dope.
We're going to get you to do a content cafe one day. Don't worry.
Okay.
I'm telling you, man, it's going to change.
What's that?
Yeah, I was going to say, can you tell people what that is real quick? Because all these people on this call need to learn how to work on their content. And you have something set up that I think just makes it easy. It's kind of plug and play. You just got to show up. So yeah, if you want to talk about that real quick, go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. So a content cafe is bulk content creation. What you do is you take 6 hours out of a weekend day and you make content all day, right? So what you have is you have 2 different outfits that you can bring more than 2 outfits, but for this one, we only allow 2 outfit changes. what you're doing is we have 4 stations. We have a static image station, we have a podcast station, we have a reel station, and we have a long form video station. What this does is each of those stations are going to be occupied by a trainer like myself, and we're going to help you create that content. But most importantly, what we do was we actually show you how to create it, like what you're doing on CapCut, how to make your videos look the best, how to use B-roll, how to find B-roll, what to say in your content, how to use negative hooks, how to use positive hooks, how to use things that are truly going to enhance your brand. But most importantly, here's the cool thing, is you're making it in bulk. So now your content is now made for the whole quarter, for the whole year, for however long you want to utilize that. So no anxiety for creating content, but then you know how to make it yourself. So Content Cafe is the best. Y'all gonna find out more about it. We're gonna get David to do one. Y'all gonna love it because we mix that in with the the planning and the conversation and the linguistics. And trust me, guys, when you are creating content for your target audience, what happens is, we're gonna talk about this tomorrow, is are you binge worthy, right? Think about an artist that you found for the first time or a song that you heard, and then you went back to that person's album and you kept listening to all their albums, like you binged to watch that show, that musician. The same thing needs to occur to your social media page. The person needs to find you and be like, oh crap, I'm just stuck, like how I am when I go to David's page, right? I go to his page, it's like binge worthy. Why? Because he has so much on there that gives an insight of what he does and what truly, what truly matters in his life. But it also changes our perspective of realtors and living life by design. So that's the Content Cafe. You guys are going to hear more about this, of course. And appreciate it.
No, I appreciate that, man. I think content's important. I do so many videos every day just to stay top of mind. And the thing is, we got to stop the scroll. We got to get people to stop and actually pay attention to what we're saying. So that's important. And then also just creating in bulk, because we don't have a lot of time. And so we can learn how to be systematic about when we create the content and do it in bulk. It's going to serve us well, and we'll be able to just share that content throughout the quarter, throughout the year. So thank you for sharing that. You guys, thank you for being here. Betty, go ahead. Go ahead.
What is Xavier's Instagram?
Javier.
I'm sorry.
I get so many different variations. My Instagram is at New Agent Handbook. So if you guys follow me on Instagram at New Agent Handbook, that's my handle. So you guys can always see me on there. And again, we have a lot of what we do is aligned directly to what David and his team does. So that's where the parallel comes in. So it's all about making sure that we're raising the professional bar. One of the things that I want to let you guys in on some of the inside baseball talk on what we do at the Association of Realtors, and all of you guys should be involved, is that we are pushing to raise the CE limit. Right, I'm pushing to change from 75 hours to 125 hours to make it more difficult to become a realtor. So for those of you who are already in, that's great. But we are aiming to raise that professional bar and make sure that you understand that when you're having a conversation with your client, they're not just dealing with a salesperson, they're dealing with the realtor. So that's the only reason why we spend a lot of time on giving this value. What you see David doing is just tremendous. A lot of us don't have that. A lot of us don't have the culture in our brokerage that provides this. So that's why we do what we do.
My man, that's exactly right. All right. Well, thank you for sharing that.
Thank you so much. Appreciate y'all.
I'm gonna go get my Friday started. I trust that you guys will take me up on the challenge and just get on the phone and have some fun today. And you might just end up walking into a listing opportunity, right? Let's go. Let's go. Pete, I know you're about to go make those phones smoke. Go do your thing, man. Great role play. Thank you for being here. David, next week we got to get you to do some role play. Mr. Gossett, we got to get you back on the phone, man. I want to hear you do your thing. So I will see you guys soon. Thank you for being here. Have a good one. See you guys next Friday. Betty, I'll see you in the morning.
See you in the morning.
Yes, ma'am. Bye-bye. Thank you.